here. And then also in ceremony, they have maybe like 50 people in here lined up shoulder to shoulder, with a man and a girl and a man and a girl and a man and a girl all the way around the pit, to practice ceremonies. Some of the ceremonies that are held here are brush dances and flower dances. And so a flower dance, like I said before, is a coming of age ceremony for a young girl becoming a woman. And so she's in a period of her time where she's not completely, so she's a spirit being. And so she's going through a
Hi, my name is Maiya, and I'm an interpreter for California State Parks, and I'm based out of Patrick's Point State Park in Sumeg Village, and today we're going to be showing a video about a dance house, and that's where we practice ceremony. And after the video, I'll be here for a little Q&A, and so let's watch the video.
Hi, my name is Maiya, and I'm an interpreter for California State Parks. And today I'm at Patrick's Point State Park at Sumeg Village, getting ready to show you the dance house. The dance house is actually a deconstructed living house. So this house was opened up for the purpose of ceremony. And so whenever anyone would have a ceremony, they would open their house to the community, and it would look like this, except for this little walkway right here. And so the walkway right here, this ramp, is for elders to be able to participate in ceremony. So what do we do in this house? We have brush dances and flower dances, which are a healing ceremony, the brush dance, and a flower dance is a coming of age ceremony for a young girl becoming a woman. And this house is also made out of redwood. And there's different features of a living house that you can see, compare side to side at the village. All the benches are the rib cage of the house, so all the walls. These rocks along the edge are the same rocks that would be along the living house's walls. So this kind of represents the walls, and these corners represent the walls of a living house. And so you can see that there's kind of like a gap between the wall and the pit. And this is, it looks the same in a regular living house as this dance house. So there's this gap for materials and storage of stuff. So you keep baskets in this area in a living house, and different things that you needed, like food and just day-to-day things. And then as you go into the pit, it looks the same as a living house. And this is where they would usually sleep. And this is also where you have ceremony. So when it looks like this, it's during the ceremony. And then when you're done with ceremony, you would put your house back together. But for the purpose of learning at Sumeg, they keep this one open so everybody can see what it would look like. And so you'd have your family, and they would sleep around the fire down in the pit, and they would do most of everything down here. And then also in ceremony, they have maybe like 50 people in here lined up shoulder to shoulder, with a man and a girl and a man and a girl and a man and a girl all the way around the pit, to practice ceremonies. Some of the ceremonies that are held here are brush dances and flower dances. And so a flower dance, like I said before, is a coming of age ceremony for a young girl becoming a woman. And so she's in a period of her time where she's not completely human, and so she's a spirit being, and so she's going through a transition. And the other dance is a brush dance, and that's for the healing of a sick baby or an elder. And so that's when they're small and they're either sick or they're their family wants a good life for them and a healthy life for them, so they have this dance. And the brush dance consists of lots of community members coming out and participating, and different tribes coming out to support this family and the baby to have a good life and a healthy life. And so they would come out into certain spots like this place and all gather here. Maybe on a Thursday, they would dance for 2 rounds, which are about an hour. And so they would dance in this pit with men and women for an hour, and they would do 2 rounds. So it would be about 2 hours on a Thursday night, and then they have a rest day. And then on a Saturday night, they would come back here and they would start dancing at dusk for all night. So they would have probably around 8 to 12 rounds, depending on how fast they're going. And so those are about an hour apiece. And they dance all the way until the sun comes up. And we have a finish up round where they come out in shell dresses and basket caps and different feathers, morning feathers for men, and necklaces and things like that. A flower dance consists of a girl coming here with what we like to call like a team of people, like the Sune, which is the person that talks to the fire. I'm not going to use that. The person that talks to the fire, the grandmother, the female attendant for the girl, the attendant for the person that talks to the fire, and there's a male attendant. And that's kind of like the team that she gets brought over to as the girl is transitioning. So she lives in this house. So this is where she sleeps. This is where she eats. And she's fasting during this time. So she's only having 1 meal a day. And the other hours that she's awake, she's drinking acorn water. And she's getting ready to become a woman. And so she doesn't see her family for that week, that 10 days. And she's away from her family. So she stays in here with the team that I just had talked about. And she stays here until she's ready. And she does different things like a run. She bathes in different spots along the coast of Agate Beach, which is just below Patrick's Point. And she pretty much just lives in the village. And I had the opportunity to be a part of a flower dance for myself when I was 12. And that was pretty cool for me. And I've participated in a lot of other flower dances for a lot of other younger girls. Thank you so much for listening. If you want more information about Yurok culture, check out the Sumeg programs and the Yurok Tribe website.
Hi. So I think most of the questions that were asked during the video were kind of answered, but I can re-answer some of them. So would the entire village be present during this ceremony? Usually different neighboring villages would come depending on who the family asked for the flower dance. And for a brush dance, the community and different neighboring tribes come in and help with that. So pretty much the entire community would come and help. And then how long would the dances last? So most dances are 10 days long, but they only dance for about 2 or 3 of the days for these dances. There are other dances where you dance a lot more, but for these two, you're dancing for 2 days. Yeah, you're dancing for 2 days. for these particular these two ceremonies. Today, what tribes participate in the brush dance? So at Sumeg, I participated in the brush dances there for about 5 years. And what I've seen is the Yurok people there, because they're the host of that area, because that's their territory. And the Hoopa people come in and they also help participate in the brush dances. Wiyot people, Karuk people, and those are the main sides that come out in the brush dances at Sumeg. And there's different brush dances all over the North Coast for different tribes, and all come together and support each other. How is COVID-19 impacting ceremonies? So there's a lot of modifications to our ceremonies, and there is one ceremony that was held not too long ago because of COVID-19. And so there was a group of people that went out and had this ceremony to help heal the world. And so this world renewal ceremony where people came out and they prayed for the world, and it happens every 2 years, but they moved the date so that they could help. And so that's a ceremony where you can help in a time of need. It's there for a time of need. And can they continue as before? They can. We're hoping that they will, that during the summer that a lot of stuff calms down and we're able to have these brush dances for these children. And we're hoping that can happen, because there's lots of people that come out for those. And are these dances divided by gender? Who can dance which dance? Okay, so men, these are kind of like, so there's men and young girls, and then there's women that dance. A flower dance is a woman's dance, so women led and women held, and there's men there for support. And so they're there to bring the man's role in that. So there's your grandma could be there. She could be dancing and singing, from little girls to be dancing and singing. And a brush dance is a young girl that's pure, and a man that has good intentions and is there and is in good spirit, kind of. And so there's young girls and men and young boys in a brush dance, and girls and men in flower dances. And I'm not a spokesperson for all Europe people. Just have to put that out there. And I think that's the main questions that I got. So thanks for watching and asking lots of questions. I'm very thankful for your questions, and thanks for listening. Bye.